What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. And I'm just gonna do a quick dessert here for springtime, April 2023, and something fairly easy, just a strawberry lemon cake. The cake's gonna be strawberry, and the frosting is gonna be lemon. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So here I started off with just putting the cake batter mix to a bowl, adding a half a cup of oil, adding 3 eggs. And then went ahead and started mixing it. Started noticing that it started getting a little bit thicker than I expected. Then I realized I forgot one of the main key ingredients. The first key ingredient is 1 cup of water. And so it didn't hurt nothing. I went ahead and mixed it, and it started coming together the way it should. Once again, it's a strawberry cake mix. I got the extra moist box, so. And then I went ahead and added some oil to the bottom of a pan and evenly distributed it at the bottom. Preheated the oven at 350. And then I went ahead and added the cake batter to the pan. And then I evenly distributed the cake batter at the bottom of the pan. And then I went ahead and threw it in the oven. Threw it in the oven at 350. Now I left it in there for 24 minutes, and this is the way it came out after 24 minutes. Now this pan is different than what the box is probably asking for, so that's why it kind of browned up a little bit more than it should. The box said to bake it for 23 or 24 minutes, 33 minutes or something like that, but anyway, this way it came out. And I threw a toothpick just to kind of see if it came out clean. And here I put some parchment paper on the cutting board and tried to flip the cake. And as you can see here, it went ahead and stuck to the bottom of the pan, which is something that people really don't want to see. You don't really want to see that, I guess, because then you have this situation come up. Craters and holes. So here, as you can see, stuck to the bottom, broke off and stuck to the bottom over there of the pan. So wasn't a big problem because there was some good amount of oil on that pan, and I went ahead and just scraped it up with a spatula, and the whole big piece came up all together, and I just put it back into the cake like fitting a piece of puzzle into a puzzle. And then I patted it down just to secure it a little bit better, and everything was just fine. And here's me adding the lemon frosting to the cake, and that's pretty much it. This is the way it came out. This is the way it looked. After the final touches, that's it. Now my creativity as far as coloring in the frosting isn't the best, but I went ahead and cut a piece, and I'll let you guys know how it came out. Alright, here it is, everybody. It's the final product here. It's the strawberry lemon cake that I made. It's the strawberry cake and lemon frosting. And I think that it would be a good idea for springtime. Like I said, still the month of April, April 2023, and actually this weekend is Easter weekend. This is actually Easter Sunday that I'm actually doing this. The end of the night, I just finished making the cake and everything like that, so we're having this for dessert. It looks like it came out pretty good. It smells good. You know, filled the house up with strawberry smell and stuff like that with lemon frosting. It has a good heavy flavor to it, and gives you those spring flavors for dessert. So I think everything came out good on it the way it looks so far. Now I have tasted a little bit. I cheated a little bit. Everybody had some already, and it tastes pretty good. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it here on the video and see how it goes. Now, as you see on the video, just kind of give a little recap. I showed how I made it and everything like that, how my process of doing it and everything. My attempt at doing it. This is not a how-to. Once again, just to let everybody know, this is actually just an attempt. So, but my attempt had some bumps and craters in there, as you've seen on the cake, where and actually some holes in that cake, to be honest with you. When I was trying to flip the cake and put it upside down, so I had a flat surface to make it nice and a little bit more prettier and presentable. As I was shaking the pan to try to get it out, it actually stuck to the bottom of the pan. Now, why it stuck? A couple of reasons maybe. Maybe I didn't put enough oil. maybe I cooked it for too long, because my sister did say it was a little bit more brown than it should have been. It should have been more of a golden brown, not a dark brown. But either way, I still, as you've seen, made it work. So I was able to scrape the bottom part that had came apart. It all stayed intact. All I had to do was flip it over and fill it back in the gaps, and everything was good. So didn't let that ruin it this time. So we're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this, see how it tastes. It looks pretty good. My artistic skills as far as putting frosting on it isn't the best, but I tried and I think it still came out pretty good. You got the pink and you got the yellow for the frosting, the pink for the cake, and it looks good. It looks presentable. So I'm gonna give this a try, see how it tastes. All right, here we go. Let's see. It's actually a really good cake. I think I may have made too much of a big piece for me, because I like it. I like desserts and I like sweets, but I'm not a big fan of sweets. I'll eat them. I'll definitely eat them and I'll definitely enjoy them, but I'm not really big on eating a lot of sweets. So sometimes, that was kind of a large piece of cake for me, bigger than I usually eat. But my sister and everybody else, they enjoy it, so I'll probably get somebody to finish that for me. But anyway, my calories come from the greasy, salty burgers and steaks and pastas and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it came out really good. I like the way it tastes. It really does have a spring taste. They have some spring flavors to it, such as the strawberry and the lemon. Both, you can taste them really good. Both flavors, you can taste the strawberry and the lemon cake. Now the texture of it was really moist, because I don't know if you noticed this or not, but in the box, this was, I can't remember if it was Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines. But anyway, it was the extra moist box of cake mix when it came to the strawberry cake mix that I got. So I'm sure that really helped out a lot too. But it came out really good. The way it kind of tastes with the lemon and the strawberry together, even though it's a little bit sour from the lemon flavor, which is not very much sour, but it does have this nice little citrus kick to it. But the flavor of the fruits in it and the sweetness of it, it reminds me for some reason of like a Fruity Pebble flavor, like Fruity Pebble cake or something like that. So that's what it kind of reminds me of a little bit, but it tastes really good. I think I really picked a good combination for this, especially for the time of the year, being spring and all that stuff. So I think it worked. The colors are nice. It has some pink and some yellow. It's Easter Sunday, and I think it fits very well. So I think it came out good. I think it tastes good. I think it looked good, and I think it's a success. So even though I had a bump in the road with the crater in the cake, still managed to work through it. So I think it all came together the way it was supposed to. So I'm happy with it. Like I said, I think it's a success. But anyway, that's pretty good. I liked it. It came out good, and it's Easter Sunday. So I hope everybody's having a good Easter, and I hope everybody's celebrating it with their friends and family and having a good time and everything like that. But I would like to talk about some news that I just found out, since this is also a music channel, that I found to be interesting. It's about Motley Crue, and I don't know if anybody's ever heard this or has heard this yet or anything, but I was just watching the news on it and stuff like that. It came up on my YouTube channel and stuff. It looked like Mick Mars and the rest of the band from Motley Crue are kind of going at it with each other, as far as Mick Mars leaving, as far as maybe his I'm not sure exactly what you would call it. Maybe Mick Mars is I don't know, maybe I guess he doesn't financially feel like he's getting what he deserves to get, because I think maybe I should go back a little bit. I think he's kind of retired from touring with the band, is the way they put it. I don't know how true it is, if it's just from touring or if it's from making music with them also. But they just put, the way they put it was Mick Mars, the guitarist for Motley Crue, retired from touring with the band. So he's trying to leave, he's trying to retire and all that kind of stuff, and not really come back. But I think what the problem is, I believe, is that he thinks he deserves more as far as getting paid and the royalties and all that type of stuff. So I think once he leaves the band, they're not really planning on giving him much more of the royalties, maybe from touring or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it has to do with the royalties and what he thinks he deserves to get paid and stuff, along with the rest of the band. Even though he's leaving, I think the rest of the band feels like because you're leaving, to a certain degree, maybe he shouldn't be getting paid a certain amount. They're not having an agreement on that and all that type of stuff. So I'm sure it gets complicated. I don't want to go too far into something I don't really know too much about, but Mick Mars has left the band as far as touring goes and stuff like that, and he feels like he's not being, financially given what he deserves, is basically what it is. And I think he's getting lawyered up and all that type of stuff, and he's about to go, back and forth with the band. Now, when I first kind of heard this, I'm thinking, how far is it? How real is it? How heavy into it is it? Is it really a thing? Is it just for, a publicity stunt, or is it maybe, the news going a little bit too far? Maybe it's not that serious, but it sounds like it should, it is kind of serious, because I think they did an interview with Mick Mars and Nikki Sixx. The Nikki Sixx is the bass player of Motley Crue, and they got some words kind of going back and forth a little bit. I think Nikki Sixx says he's kind of disappointed the way things are panning out with Mick Mars, fighting against this like that, and getting lawyers involved and all that type of stuff. And I think that Mick Mars is, kind of a little bit frustrated with this. He seems pretty aggravated. Seems like he's not very happy with it. Because he has been making comments. I think he's been talking about the band a little bit, and maybe throwing some names out and stuff like that, kind of dishing out some dirt and stuff. If you're curious about this, if you run across this video, maybe you should check it out. But I found it to be pretty interesting, because they've always, seemed like a tight-knit, kind of band. But I will say the band is really known for being, controversial and stuff like that, and kind of I think they described themselves at one point. One of them described themselves as a band as rabid dogs, which pretty much means that they go out and they scrap with everybody, but at the same time they're real quick to scrap with each other too, real quick. So they're known for doing that. But it's kind of sad to hear, because Mick Mars is always, as far as I've known, as far as I've been following them and all that kind of stuff, he's always been known to be kind of like the elder of the group. And in that light, they've always kind of looked up to him. It seems like, Nikki Sixx, Tommy Lee, Vince Neil, all them guys. They've always made, comments about him being, the one that was kind of like the solid rock of the group. Very knowledgeable, very, everybody else was real quick to be wild and crazy. He's always, reserved himself and tried to make logical decisions. He was the logical one of the group. And like I said, and now he's, kind of going against them a little bit in a way, especially legally now, for financial reasons. So it's kind of sad to hear. I hope the guys pan it out fairly soon, fairly quick. I hope they come up with something, quick, and hope that they're able to do it, in a civil manner. You know what I mean? I'm sure they will, especially with Mick Mars. He seems like a civil type of guy. He seems like somebody who's can deal with things in a responsible way without going crazy. But me being into music and stuff like this is really interesting to me, especially somebody like myself who enjoys playing guitar and all that type of stuff. Kind of seeing this come play out in the band and the way it plays out, because it's always seemed kind of it's a hard part, I would believe. I've never really been in any real bands. I have been in some musical gatherings and school situations where I played guitar and stuff like that. I have played in front of people, and I have been in one instance where I tried to do a band thing with some friends, and didn't really pan out very well. We didn't really fall out or nothing like that, I just kind of went my separate way because it really wasn't. I wanted to do something different, but I can kind of see how different people's way of thinking, their ideas, people's temperaments, the way people perceive things, and just their ideas and the way that they want to do things can kind of like get in the way of the creativity and the work of things. So you always have to deal with people's different personalities and all that type of stuff. That all comes into play. And at first I was thinking, well, all you gotta do is learn music, and if you're good at music, it should be easy to start a band. One of the hardest parts is finding the right people that you can click with and stay with to be in a band and have the same ideas and want to do the same type of songs and music and all that type of stuff as well. Because people will start off one way, and then you'll kind of see them change and shift gears as they go further and further into their journey. And then a lot of people don't want to stay with that path. Some people want to stay here, other people want to go over here, and all that type of stuff. So I always found that to be interesting, because that's something that you always have to consider if I'm sure you want to be in the band. But anyway, I thought that was interesting, like I said, and I hope Motley Crue gets their stuff together, and hope that they can finalize this and come up to a logical conclusion fairly quickly, and then go on about their lives and continue being family and friends. So good luck to them guys. But all in all, this seemed like a good ending for Easter weekend at our house, and I hope that y'all had a good Easter weekend as well. It's Sunday. I gotta get ready to lay down and go to work and all that kind of good stuff. The cake was good. It ended up coming out good. Like I said, I think it was a success. Springtime flavors and all that type of stuff came out really well. And a lot of people in the house really enjoyed it too. I know my sister, my mom, my brother, everybody liked it. So it came out really good. Like I said, I hope everybody had a good Easter weekend. I hope everybody had a good time. Everybody can get plenty of rest to start the next week off as easy as possible. And that's about it for the video. So I'm gonna try to put out a drink video by the end of the month, and I'm also want to try to do another music cover, which is what I really enjoy doing. So I also want to maybe sooner or later try to do some shorts, I guess they call it, for YouTube, and maybe do some things with that. So I might try that out as well, maybe sometime soon, just to mess around a little bit. But that's about it. So I hope everybody enjoyed this, whoever comes across this video, and I hope everybody had a great Easter weekend. So everybody stay safe, look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and see everybody in the next video.